campaign to reunite Vietnam at last.
I think we're in agreement. The United States will withdraw all ground troops from Vietnam in exchange for a ceasefire effective immediately.
Indeed, with these Paris peace accords, we may finally end the war at last. It is a fair deal for both sides, and we Vietnamese shall have the fate of our country in our hands again.
Sorry, but I still dislike the idea of the treaty leaving over 80,000 North Vietnamese troops in South Vietnam. It's just too many.
That is something we will not budge on. To maintain peace, we will require troops in South Vietnam. Don't you think that makes sense?
I suppose, but...
But what? We've been arguing over this for the last 4 years. Don't you think it's time we bring peace to Vietnam and end the bloodshed?
Yes, I agree. We'll remove our troops, but don't think that the United States will allow you to do whatever you want. If you violate the terms of this treaty, we will respond with whatever action is necessary, even if it means sending the troops back.
We understand. Don't worry, though. This peace shall last.
Let us shake hands and celebrate this historical agreement.
The year is 1975. The North Vietnamese Army, or the NVA, launches a campaign to capture Saigon and reunify Vietnam. The Paris Peace Accords in 1973 ended American military support, leaving the incompetent South Vietnamese troops known as the ARVN to defend South Vietnam. The weak defense falls quickly as the NVA captures city after city on its way towards Saigon.
I apologize if I am late, Mr. President.
That's fine, Secretary of State Kissinger. Now I understand you have a report on the latest events occurring in Vietnam.
Yes, sir. Reports indicate that North Vietnam has opened a campaign heading south, presumably towards Saigon. They have captured Van My Thuot, Quang Tri City, Tam Kỳ, and Hue. President Thieu of South Vietnam has ordered his men to evacuate from the vital Central Highlands region, which now appears to be totally lost. They are now advancing very quickly.
How was it possible for North Vietnam to advance so rapidly?
I'm afraid the South's defense is no match for the North. They're just simply not strong enough to stand up without our military support. Losing the Central Highlands was a major blow to their defense. President Thieu is expecting us to intervene. It's basically now up to us to decide South Vietnam's fate.
March 30th, 1975. North Vietnamese forces have obliterated Da Nang, capturing the city and sending South Vietnamese forces along with many Americans scrambling in search of rescue.
And have come yet another step closer to Saigon. Even I could not have imagined things going this well. Saigon will be surrounded very soon now. Let's make haste to capture Saigon by May 19th to celebrate the birthday of our late leader Ho Chi Minh by reuniting our beloved country. From this day on, we shall advance to Saigon on the Ho Chi Minh campaign.
By late April, North Vietnamese forces nearly had Saigon surrounded. Evacuation of the thousands of American personnel in Saigon became President Ford's biggest
What
priority.
is the latest news in Vietnam?
President Ford, the situation has gone from bad to worse. The communists have captured most of the major cities in the south, including Quang Tri, Hue, and Da Nang. Only 2 days ago, Xuan Loc fell. Saigon is essentially surrounded. It's over. The communists will prevail. President Thieu has already resigned and fled Saigon.
Looks like the South's defeat is inevitable. We should have seen this from the start. What do you suggest we do next?
There are still thousands of U.S. citizens, military personnel, and embassy employees in Saigon. 5,000 have already been evacuated this month, but there are still more. Evacuation of all Americans from Saigon is now of utmost importance.
I see. But how do you propose we do that before Saigon is captured?
We've devised a planned evacuation for such an emergency. Preferably, we shall evacuate the Americans by fixed-wing aircraft. But if that turns impossible, we have a backup plan to evacuate them via helicopter.
Sir, U.S. Ambassador to Vietnam Graham A. Martin is still in Saigon. We've instructed him to launch the evacuation once Saigon falls.
Alright. Gentlemen, let's make sure we have a safe end to this long war.
What do you mean Tanzania is under attack? Okay, I got it. I'm up now. What? No, just hang on. I'll take care of everything.